Her smile shines as bright as the stars at night. Her heart is as kind as can be. She has the patience of a saint, but if you push her, oh Lordy. A straight talker is Smiley. She's the salt of the earth. Make no mistake, she matters. Catch Smiley's story on a live stream. Oh boy, that girl can matter. Go Smiley. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Missing posters and stories of heartache and fear. She tells us all of the heartbreaking tears. She can sniff out the guilty from a mile away. If Smiley's on the case, then she's here to stay. She cares about these missing children. She cares deeply about them all. She speaks the truth with integrity. For the truth, she will seek it all. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Smiley's questions are like a heat-seeking missile. She's going straight for the bullseye. Don't ever believe you can fool her. She's too wise, man, she won't comply. She values freedom like the 4th of July. She values respect even more. If you want to earn a place at Smiley's table, watch the clock, it takes time for sure. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you break her trust, you're done for. Trust don't grow back like grass. So don't give Smiley a reason to doubt you, or that friendship will shatter like glass. She's a damn good woman, that much we know. She puts in the hours to bring them kids home. If your child is missing, you want Smiley on the case. She is always willing and she gives so much grace. She's a Smiley, alright. She's a Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you're guilty, you better feel fear.
She's from Nashville, Tennessee, nearly 59 and wild and free. Send the gifts to Cash App, honey. Birthdays don't come free. She showed up to Disney World and the whole dang place was closed. Just smiled and said that track's for me, and struck a fabulous pose. Her job to do better than yesterday. Now that's a flex. She's got too many family members and a few she won't confess. Loyal until you're not worth it. That's the Smiley guarantee. She'll ride for you through fire, girl, but don't you test her loyalty. Best friends for 40 years. She won't tell you who they are. Smile around and find out, baby, 'cause she's the main character, the star. Loyal until you're not worth it. Read the fine print, it's right there. she don't care. She's got a dream to rock a porch chair on a farm till she's 100 years old. Coffee in hand, crows in the sky like Stephen King, but less cold. She listens to everyone she meets, loves them all from the start. But honey, give her one good reason and she'll professionally depart. Traveling the world, making memories, quiet country air. She don't sell her soul for nobody, that ain't ever gonna be up for sale, I swear. She's the manual and the escape clause. She'll clap for you, but she'll also pause if the shoe fits. Wear it, boo, the truth is the truth. Smiley told you.
Well, hello everybody. Hello, and welcome in. Thank you all for being here. Hello, Linda. Hello, H. Davis and Sherry Lynn. Hello. Welcome in. Tammy, I don't know where I got Jones at. Lord, my God, I moved my room around. I moved my lights around. Tammy Joe, Lord, have mercy. Smiley, wake up. Welcome in, Tammy. We got the same name, just not the same middle one, I guess, honey. Mamaw, hello. Thank you for being here. Linda, Seth, of course, thank you for being here. Good to see you. Hello, everybody. Stephanie, good to see you. And Show Poodles, you know it. Honey, you already know it. I hope everybody is doing wonderful tonight. I'm in one of those moods. And yes, I am. Absolutely am. I got my room cleaned up, honey. It needed it. It needed it. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody is doing wonderful tonight. Millie, there's my sweet Millie. Love you, girl. Love you. Peace. Love. Hello. Welcome in. Thank you all for being here. Hope I'm not missing anyone at all. Thank you all for being here for Sebastian. Daniel Berry, hello. Good to see you. Happy Thursday. Yo. Happy Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday, and then the weekend is back up on us again. So fast. How about that? So thank you all for being here tonight. I just had some thoughts and opinions, and I thought we would all just go over them. I've had many. I just hadn't had time to sit down and really talk about them. But, the truth is the truth, and that's the only thing I want to talk about. I don't need to add to or anything like that. I do have some food for thought for tonight. It's nothing bad or anything like that. It's so far, unless somebody gets my blood pressure up, I'm not going to chew anybody out. Unless if the shoe fits. I'm just saying, honey. I'm just saying. We never know where Smiley's world is going to go. Rogue, hey, honey. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Oh, I love you. I have missed you all. I really have. I know, girl. It's fine. Yeah, it is fine. Look, y'all, I'm starting to get a little cold. I asked Millie, my nurse, my personal nurse. Millie saw. Look, while I was in Tennessee, somewhere along the line, y'all, I'm just going to tell y'all, I'm starting to get a cold. I'm starting to get worried. How long has it been now, Millie? I don't know, but I don't even think I told Millie, even after I got home, I have pulled literally, and I crap you not, literally I counted today at least 20 ticks off of me. At least 20. And so I'm starting now to get a cold, and I hope it has nothing to do with nothing. I hope it has nothing to do with those little critters. Okay? I really do. Millie even saw some of them. Y'all want to know where the very first one was? The very first one was in my coochie hoochie. That's not a joke. That is for real. It was in my coochie boochie. Not in my booty, in my coochie hoochie. And it was over in my cooterville, in Smiley's cooterville. I ain't playing with you. I wasn't playing with my cooterville either. Something wasn't right. Something wasn't right. I am like, what? Yep. Serious. Some of them had the little white dot on them. Some of them didn't. Some of them was little babies. And then I still got 2 little sores on the back of my neck. Anyway, yeah. I did not. She did. Yeah, not the cooter. Yeah, the cooter. Honey, they must love me or whatever I was using, because I sure wasn't like it. Wasn't like I was laying out in the woods or nothing. Trust me. Trust and believe. Happy didn't get a 1. Happy did not get a 1. Maybe I need to take some of her medicine she takes every month, you know? I'm just saying. You know. Anyway, I don't even know how I got on that. So how do I ever get on some of the subjects with y'all that I get on? Because I really don't know. I'm just saying. We come with one thing and do another one. Your friend was like that, flu like symptoms. Oh God. Well, I do go to my regular appointment because I hadn't been, and I did get blood work, but now I heard, Michelle, the regular blood work don't pick that up. I don't know, but they got me, anyway. Let's see what you said. I need to shut my mouth for a minute. Let's see. Our friend started like that, flu-like symptoms, then severe. Oh, and I've had some headaches, because I was feeling good. I was feeling good while I was out. I'm like, darn, I don't have no stopped up nose. I don't have no runny nose. It must be like being out on the road. Let's see. So then I started having headaches. And then now in the last 24 hours, I've been having like these. Okay, anyway, let me finish reading. I can't do 2 things at once. His wife was a PA and told him it was his sinuses. He didn't get better. Turns out he had, oh my God, please pay attention. Well, when I go to the doctor, thank you, Michelle, for that. When I go to the doctor, let's see, actually I said Monday. Let's see. Hold on a minute. Let's see, the 30th. See the 1st. Yeah, I think it's, today's the 20th. Okay, so the 1st, I go Monday. That is Monday, I think. Okay, so I go the 1st. But anyway, I go the 1st. I'm going to tell him. They're real good about giving me antibiotics and anything anyways. But I'm sure they'll get me tested. I will. Because when I got home, I thought I got every one of them off of me. Because, at nighttime, I'd be like scratching stuff. Because once something like that gets on you, you're just like automatically feeling and stuff. And then when I got home, I had my husband check me over. Me, and they're just like, yeah, you're good. Everything's good. Okay, so I go to take a bath. I kept feeling this one spot, and like this one little tiny spot, right? And so I go sit in hot water. I'm like, oh God, it feels so good to sit down in an actual tub and take a bath, right? And I had this one little bitty place on my stomach. I guess because he thought it was a little tiny mole, and so did I. But I kept rubbing it. It kind of felt hard, and it was a baby. And so anyway, I pulled it out, and it was moving. It was a baby tick. I am like, you idiot. He got the blame for it. I'm like, you idiot. I don't know how long it's been on there. I'm like, you idiot. See, I told you I know my body. Anyway, it's all good. Yeah. Yeah, Millie. Yep. And the day that I left, I didn't tell you, but the day that I left, there was one, and I still have a little tiny red spot on my belly, uh, kind of up under my boob. I guess that's what you get when you get old and your boobs start hanging. I'm just kidding, y'all. But anyway, yeah, so that part, y'all. But I didn't know if anybody knew about that. Thank you, Michelle, for saying what you did or whatever, because I think I'm okay. I think maybe it's been long enough. I don't have no rashes or anything like that, but I am starting to get a little cold. I just hope it ain't no summer cold. I feel like bleaching myself. Exactly. 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 I'll take some bug spray next time. Lord have mercy. Mm-mm. But anyway, I hope that y'all had some, wonderful times. I have missed y'all here. I have missed y'all here, and I have got a chance to sit down and read some things. I got another good story that I'm going to go over. I'm hoping tomorrow, or tomorrow evening, but I do want to talk about Sebastian tonight. I want to welcome everybody in and thank you all thank you, Peace. I have missed y'all too. I want to thank you for being here. And y'all know this is not drama for me. We do laugh sometimes, and I do say some crazy stuff. I'll admit that, honey. I'll be the first one. We have to laugh a little bit to keep from crying. It's not good to dwell on everything 24/7. It's just not. To be honest with you, for me to get out was good for me. And do that. I suggest all of y'all honestly do that. Do that whatever it's for, or for whatever reason. It's good for you. I cranked up my radio, honey. It's all good. Anyway, but anything about Sebastian, it does upset me. I think that's where I stopped at a while ago, and we never know what's going to happen in here. So y'all just try to be cool. Even the trolls, y'all be cool. Okay. Sebastian's not for drama. This is not for entertainment, none of that. He is still missing, and it's been over 2 years. And there's a lot of stuff that I got to think about on the road, and there's a lot of stuff that I got to sit with my thoughts with. And sometimes, like I tell y'all, it's dangerous when I think, honey, but we just have opinions and talks here, and we're all allowed to have our opinions and talks. But he was a child. I still call him a child. He was a young man who disappeared. The last time anybody saw him that we know about, by camera or anything like that, was when he left the Texas Roadhouse. And according to his mom, she saw him when he got home, allegedly. And I'll always, in my opinion, I do think he got home. That's just me, and in my opinion. I know a lot of others don't agree, but I haven't changed from that. Is it a possibility that he didn't make it home? Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And I know there's things out there that make you think and make you wonder. You have to wonder, but I do think he made it home. I think that from earlier things. I think that from things that were said. And besides that, why would Katie box herself in a position of basically giving Chris an alibi? I'm just thinking out loud. I don't know. I don't know, but I do. And what Sheriff Weatherford told the PI at the time. I mean, he did say it. He did say they had proof of that. Y'all always say you want to know what the police say, and you won't believe anything except what they say. But again, he's dead, so we can't ask him now, right? Just like we can't ask Peter Hyatt anything. I just thought I'd throw that in there. Whoops. Excuse me. Let me not get sidetracked here tonight. How about that? But tonight is about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. And he was reported missing. Either way, if he got missing on the 25th or early morning of the 26th, he was reported missing on February 26, 2024 from Hendersonville, Tennessee. And here we are now, 2 years later, still asking where he's at. And the thing of it is, his mother allegedly, from what we know and still know to this day, didn't even call in. Yes, she was on a 3-way call on mute, allegedly. And the stepfather that was 3 hours away, allegedly, is the one that called in, right? Why is that? Why is that? I mean, I don't understand that, but allegedly that's what happened, right? I hear you, Ro. A lot of people feel that way. But where did Sebastian disappear to? Somebody knows. Somebody has the information to that. That question breaks my heart every single time I ask it, or somebody says it, or ask it to me. So tonight's live contains a discussion about this on public known information, advocacy, emotional, because I'm sure it'll get emotional. I get emotional when I talk about Sebastian. Commentary, but nothing said here should be taken as an official fact. Nobody knows the facts, right? Nobody. If they say they know the fact for a fact, you know, I just want to see proof. They haven't done a press conference in, well, you know, nobody's come out and said anything, have they really? No, they haven't. So, nothing said here should be taken as an official accusation or anything like that. Nobody is guilty. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Ain't that what they say, right? Yeah. Yep, okay. Public opinion's different, Sometimes I wonder if how long are we going to have this public opinion? Just asking. But if you do have real information, please contact the law enforcement. Please contact them directly. We're not law enforcement. Okay? We're not law enforcement at all. But tonight is about awareness, compassion, truth as I know it, and keeping Sebastian's name alive out there, keeping his face out there. And honestly, it's just been too long. I know Seth said that, but he's right. It's been too long. It's time for it to come to an end. There's something about Sebastian's case that people cannot let go of. And that's maybe because nothing about this case even feels normal. Nothing about this case is normal. There's nothing normal about Sebastian missing. No child should be missing, period. But nothing about this or him is even remotely in line with a missing child, in my opinion. Sebastian was 15 when he disappeared. He's now 17, but he is not 25, and he was not 25 at the time he disappeared or whatever happened to him. He's not somebody, and he wasn't somebody who had years of survival experience. He's not somebody known as being autistic and being a runner. Okay? His mom said that. His dad said that. His stepdad said that. His teacher said that. Everybody has said he is not a runner. You know, like most kids with autism, they have, you know, they're runners. They run. Maybe it's just to calm down or whatever. Matter of fact, I knew I was going to get started. I knew it. I knew it. And it's always to take up for somebody I don't need to be taken up for. But you know, the truth is the truth. I want to know, J for Justice, Cooter Brown, what in the hell is somebody with autism supposed to look like or act like? Jay? What in the holy hell is wrong with you, Jay? I don't know what happened to you, but that's the most disgusting thing I heard, if that's true, allegedly. Let me let my dog out of my room. I don't like to talk about other creators, especially those I just don't even give the time of day, okay? But I would like to know that answer. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, you idiot. But again, the truth is the truth. No wonder you call your channels Cooterville. Cooterville. No wonder. Cooterville. What kind of stuff is that? I have a son that's autistic. Do you? Do you think he should look a certain way? Do you think he should act a certain way? Do you think he should say, do you know people with autism sometimes are the most brilliant people in the world? That don't mean my child is. You're not brilliant at all. You can't even go troll somebody without being caught in the act. Anyway, I don't want to spend no time on her. I just don't. Brilliant and beautiful. That's right. Did you ever watch Rain Man? Oh, I'm sure you're going to say you wasn't old enough. You know they still make that Cooterville. Oh my God. I don't think you should look or act the way that you look or act, but you do. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. It never fails. It never fails. I want to say so much more. I want to say so much more. Anyway, Sebastian was not 25. He did not have years of experience with any of this. Right? Hey, Green Eyes, good to see you. And I don't think, hey, Andy, good to see you. I don't think, in my opinion, and I said from the very beginning of this, that not at that time anyway, that he would have even been thinking about running away, right? I think after having a very heavy day, in my opinion, knowing about kids with autism, how they get overwhelmed and just tired, just having kids. Hell, if you just got normal kids and you pay attention to them, you know they get overwhelmed. And I think Sebastian was just probably ready to go home and go to bed, honestly. Not leave the house with no shoes, no phone, no Nintendo or whatever it is he liked to play. No money. Didn't you say there was a bank or something he created or built that was in his closet? I don't know if it had any money in it or not. I don't remember, but the point of the matter is, oh gee, nothing to get a Coke or a whatever it is he liked at the store. No nothing. No bubble gum. Not even $1 out of Katie's purse. Let me slip out of the house with something somewhere. Nothing. I mean, Mom or Chris or nobody can whip my butt. I'm gone. I'm out of here, dude. You know? It makes no sense. No backpack. We even know y'all remember me doing Lori Page. She had run away before. Not saying all runaways are alike, but I do also unfortunately know about runaways. I knew even when my family member didn't survive, Lord knows our family talked it in the ground, right? I have some experience with that too, both ways, unfortunately. But with Lori Page, when I did hers, we know the first time she ran away, that she went to school. She went to school barefoot, right? You know, Sebastian just didn't plan anything. He was too brilliant not to be planning anything, though, right? Makes no sense to me. He was just gone. just vanish. Poof, bye. Vanished. People can get mad at supporters all they want. They can get mad at, creators. They can get mad. People can get mad. People can get glad. I don't know. But I think what many people are really struggling with is just trying to make sense of something that feels impossible. Tonight, I want to talk honestly, but I want to do it respectfully. Because I've been asked so many different scenarios. Hey, whoop, whoop, whoop. I love you, my friend. I have been asked so many questions and so many scenarios, and I have said and so many things. I have thought so many different things, but I have always stayed true to my thoughts, but I have always stayed open as well, right? I mean, nothing's no secret. One day, I don't even know how long it was, Seth's in here. Seth, we were on the phone and I was fixing to say something, and I don't even have to go there, but Seth's just like, I know what you think, Smiley. Anyway, my heart just dropped to the floor. I mean, at that moment, to hear Father say that, I just didn't even know what to say, because we don't really talk like that about Sebastian on the phone and stuff. It's just he listens to my lives and stuff, and I try to be respectful when he's in here, but I do try to stay with open, and he also knows that I have given especially one a real tip before, and he also knows how passionate I am about this, and he also knows how much I really care, and I'm not just trying to get answers and pump for Sebastian. He said, I expect Smiley to be Smiley. I couldn't be no other way. I couldn't be no other way. I wouldn't know how to be no other way, honestly. But sometimes I think that's why I don't get in trouble, because nobody expects me to be nothing but. Right? Sometimes if it was anybody else, even I'd be going, what the hell? No, that's not going to work. And that's why I always say, you can't be me. Don't try to be me. Don't do this at home. Don't do it at home. Because, see, some things I can do, you just ain't going to pass off. You just ain't going to do it. It just ain't going to work. One question: how the hell did CP and his hold on a minute, God, my eyes. How did CP and his, look, this is me, not you. How did CP find all them women to marry him? Honey, I don't know. Smiley's just Smiley. Yeah, Justin knows. Justin's met me too. Oh, Justin, if you didn't hear, I got to meet Annabella while I was in Tennessee. Oh my God, she is so sweet. She is adorable. I know everybody gets her mixed up with, there was another one everybody got her mixed up with. That is not the same one. I just want to tell y'all, I don't care what nobody says. She is a sweetheart, honey. So let me just put that out there. She is a sweetheart. I'm going to put it out there again and again and again and again. But I wanted to tell you that. But yeah. So anyway, but But yeah, I get asked a lot of questions. I get things that I think about, and but I try to still stay true, but I try to stay open. But could I mean, I have questions, and y'all answer them in here to how you feel as well. I mean, do y'all think he left on his own? What do you think? You know, you tell me. I know there's a lot of different scenarios out there. And I know Seth wants to, of course, hear them. Because there's some people that do think he left on his own. There's people that think that Katie locked him out of the house. Here's the thing. If Katie locked him out of the house, but he had the code to the front door, well, you got to separate that. That don't make sense. So why put that out there? It just don't make sense. So I don't think that happened, and this is just me again. I don't think that happened. Is it a possibility? Sure. Sure it is. Now, here's going to be a hard question. Or, I don't know, hard, but it's kind of hard to say. But do you think he could have survived this long? I hope so. I hope wherever he's at, he's safe. I hope he comes home. I hope he's found. Every day I pray for that. Every day I pray for that. And I know Seth don't have Facebook. There's people on Facebook every day that just simply say, we pray for Sebastian today. And I simply go over there and put a heart and green hearts and praying hands. Every day they say that. Every day. There's nothing that would make me more happier. Just like another holiday has passed. Another empty chair at the table. Hey, Lisa. I don't know, Lisa, if it's true, if it's a fact or not. I don't really know what the point would be, that she would. I mean, it's been said that he was staying in the garage. It's been said she was moving him to another bedroom. I don't know what the point would be that she moved him to another bedroom because, I mean, unless he wanted to move to another bedroom. I mean, people do that all the time. I don't know. Well, I guess what I'm saying is I don't know if she did or if he did, what that would have to do with anything. That's just my opinion, but I could be wrong. Now, you know me, I love you. I'm not being ugly with that. I don't know how my tone sounded to that. That's why I'm saying that, so don't take that wrong. I don't know unless his bedroom was closer to theirs and she just wanted to move it. I don't know, but I don't know if that had to do with him getting gone or not, because remember in my interview with Chris and Katie, I did ask about all the windows and all that. They were all locked. All that had been checked. There was no way allegedly out for him, allegedly. So I don't know what the point in moving the bedroom was. Of course, if he was staying in the garage at all, I don't know what the point of that would be, except for well, I really don't want to get into that, except for, how do I say that? Well, straight up, unless they were just pissed off for messes or accidents he was having. Okay, if that makes sense. You know, but I don't know, to be honest. But, it's just a lot of questions. I've had people ask me, could someone be hiding him? Sure, absolutely. And a lot of people think possibly that is the case. It is possible. Was there foul play? Well, I hope not. I hope not. That seemed to come out a lot in the very beginning. I hope not. But remember, some of the news and news media that said they had inside information, some of those, I think one's in even one of my intros. Even the sheriff, different things have come out, right? Until everybody, see, this is the problem with this case. Hey, wait, everybody has, and it's okay because, hey, I don't even know if I want to wear the same underwear tomorrow that I had laid out. And for what reason, I don't know. I just might not like to feel silky that day. Maybe I want granny high top cottons. I don't know. Just saying. But everybody has seemed to change or flip flop or whatever. Back and forth, back and forth. Boy, that drives me nuts. Was there concealment? I get asked that a lot. There's concealment of something, honey. In my opinion. And then, of course, I think all of us creators get asked, did somebody know more than they said? Well, of course they know more than they said, in my opinion. And I think they did then, and I think they do now. I think they know more than they're saying. Wake up. Wake up. And somebody holds a very big key, and somebody either don't have a conscience or something's going on. But listen to me carefully. Questions are not convictions, right? They're just that. They're questions. And opinions are not proof. They're just opinions. But people ask questions because they care or because they're just curious. Let's get real. Or because they can and they're nosy as hell. Let's just say that. Let's just get it out there. The truth is the truth. One thing I personally said earlier, and I still mean it, and early on in this case, and I pray I'm wrong. I hope somebody proves me wrong. Nothing would make me happier than hearing tonight, tomorrow, or my phone blowing up right now that he was found alive and safe. Nothing. But I have my thoughts. Hey, Bo. I have my thoughts and I have my own opinions. And, sure, I've made my apologies. I said things I probably shouldn't have said. But one thing I don't do, I don't bend. As far as if I believe something, you need to prove me wrong. One thing I'm not fake. I don't have to go sit at no tables. And nobody damn sure ain't coming to sit at mine, honey. If you're like that, because I don't need it. I don't need it. But realistically, many people struggle with the idea of a 15-year-old surviving completely unnoticed, hear me, unnoticed, for over 2 years under these circumstances. And I struggle with this myself every day. No confirmed sightings. Oh, we had bullshit sightings. No, nothing. No digital output. No verified nothing. You know? And again, none of us know everything. We're not investigators. Although Ronnie Lawson and them try to send me a fucking application. I don't know everything. Okay? And I don't pretend to. Hey, Andrea. Hello, beautiful. Good to see you. No, they didn't try. They did. They can have their 10-page back and forth, front and back. Lord have mercy. I never... But people naturally ask, no shoes, no supplies, no phone. He had medical concerns. He has autism. How does anybody like that, a child, 15, a teenager, vanish without being noticed, without being seen? No shoes, allegedly. But even Eric Craddock said, I don't know about that. Don't know about that. We ain't saying that. I've played that several times, Now look, could somebody have hidden Sebastian? That's one of the biggest ones. I don't like that question. I don't like it. And I know it's going to come to me over and over. And I know probably 98% of y'all in here have asked that to everybody. And most of you probably think that too. But I personally, is it possible? Yes. See, I want us tonight to kind of put on our thinking caps. Because yes, absolutely 100% they could. But in a bit, I'm going to give you some food for thought. If you hadn't thought about it already. And we'll get there. That's just one I don't like. There's new technology, though, and strange things have happened, and strange things have happened like this before and in this world. So never say never, but realistically, think about it. What would require, especially after this case exploded like it did, and I know some haven't heard of Sebastian. I know some think he's been found. We're not talking about that. This case exploded. It is nationwide or whatever. If this was going on, what do you think that would entail? What do you think it would require? I'm just asking. You have to hide a teenager for years or whatever with no neighbors noticing, no schooling, no accidental, no accidental photos or taking them out anywhere. Yeah, and no digital or financial traces. No medical attention. And listen, I have said this and I have suggested it in my life so many times. And we know Sebastian has that with his head. It ain't a matter of what you or what if it ain't even Sebastian? We're just talking about somebody. We're all sitting here in a group right now. Let's just say we're talking about somebody else and they had this condition, and you sent them on a vacation somewhere, and lo and behold, they slipped in the bathtub. Hey, don't think that's funny or Smiley is stupid. I know a man that slipped in the bathtub and he literally lost his life. What I am trying to tell you, and my point of the matter is, so if they let somebody else take over Sebastian, or somebody else had Sebastian, who's to say he's not going to slip on a little bit of water somebody dropped in the floor? A piece of ice that fell in the floor, roll out of his bed, like thud Katie allegedly heard the next day and she went in there and checked on. Who's going to say something odd is not going to happen when he's in somebody else's care? What are you going to do then? I'm just asking. I've always prepared for the worst and hoped for the damn best. I'm just asking. But no medical attention, no online footprint, no emotional breakdowns, no movement. He's a teenager, not a toddler, a teenager. He has emotions, he has needs, he has frustrations, he has habits. He has meltdowns. I don't know if he personally has help breakdown or melt. Could happen. Everything's not in your control. Yeah, we have to hope, Mamaw. And I do. Hello, SI officer. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I do. I do hope. Trust and believe. First of all, if I didn't hope and I thought there was only one scenario, Seth can pop in here right now and tell you he wouldn't have got that tip long ago that there was hope that Sebastian was definitely somewhere. Seth will tell you, I stay on him all the time to keep going back to that place. There's always hope, and we got to stay hopeful. You think I would be wasting my time, my money, my gas, my stamps, envelopes, writing these people? Oh no, and he's not going to. And I wouldn't either if I was a parent. I sure as hell wouldn't pack up and leave. I sure as hell wouldn't change my phone number. I do, just like all them spammers call me for either bills or trying to get me to buy something. Boop, you're blocked. No matter how many times, bloop, you're blocked. You're blocked. Boop, spam, spam, spam. You're blocked, you're blocked, you're blocked. But if my child was missing, I would not change my phone number. Yes, life goes on. Yes, you can smile. Yes, you can laugh. It don't matter if you're the mother or the father. It doesn't matter. They both can. They both have to have we can't judge one and not judge the other. I get it. I get it. Although there are some, even me, are a little hard on Katie because he was under her watch. He was under her roof, right? I think it's being truthful. But he has needs and habits and all those things. That's why so many people, though, fear something is wrong. Something is wrong, but they fear. That's why so many people fear the worst, right? Not because people want tragedy, not because people want people in jail, but because it's been a long time and silence is very haunting to people. Let me tell you something. No amount of money, no amount of dollars, no amount of anything would get me to go along with no plan to hide a child, a teenager, a nothing, period. And don't say that nobody did this unknowingly, because that would just be dumb as hell. So, where is Sebastian? What happened to Sebastian? People want hard questions, but they don't want to answer hard questions. You know what I would truly love to happen? And I've told Seth this. I said now, and way back. Now I know is not the time. It's too raw. It's too raw. And I know they've tried it before. I wish, and I don't think Chris would let it happen. I don't think Katie wants it to happen. But I wish they would sit down now and talk. It's been over 2 years. It's been over 2 years. They need to talk. And to be honest with you, I think, in my opinion, I don't think Katie will, because I think she knows Seth knows her inside out. This is not like when Seth was there in that 24 hours, 48, 36, whatever. In my opinion, either. Hash it out, not mean, just really hash it out and talk. I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think, you know, I think Chris needs to allow that. Chris can go too, but I think Seth and Katie need to talk. They're the parents. Let's go to the barbecue place, Chris. We can sit at the other table. I'll go with you. I'll do a little bit of mediating for y'all. I'm serious. You know I will do it in a heartbeat. Because I can look at both sides. But I think that's what needs to happen for Sebastian. For Sebastian. He's not a toddler. But he is important. He's not forgotten. Not by people who care, who really truly care. People still carry his flyer. They know his name. Those who don't know his name are getting his name out there. Others are getting his name out there to them, his face. They're talking to people. But the people out there still have questions. People still search crowds. They still look. His dad still looks. They wonder if that boy with dark hair right there or at the side is Sebastian. They wonder if they'll see his face somewhere in the crowd. Some of these are people that cry over a child they never met. He matters now. He's going to continue to matter. Again, he's Katie and Seth's son. They created him. And both of them should know where he's at if they don't know. There should be an ending to this for Sebastian's sake. That's the real truth. No rumors. And one owes it to the other, in my opinion. You were last seen with Sebastian. The other parent wants to know everything about that night. In my opinion, I would. Not rumors, not from online, not all this confusion, not all these stories. The police sure as hell ain't saying nothing. You know, sometimes cases, they fade from the headlines. But these families, they live with this pain every single day. Every day. So if you know something, no matter how small you think it is, please do the right thing. Please. Somewhere out there is the answer. Somebody has the answer to what happened to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. And after all of this time, this child deserves to be found either way, but he deserves to be found, in my opinion, and come home. You know, that's what I think. Now listen, again, opinions are not facts. None of us know everything. Investigators, they know things we don't know. We sure don't know what they know, right? But none of us can say with a certainty what happened. I pray every single day that somehow, some way, there's an answer. And there's an answer that will clear all this up and that none of us expected. Again, prove me wrong. Let there be a miracle. But if there's not, then this child deserves, and he deserves answers. And every single person who genuinely cared enough really, 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 what I never want people to forget is this: Sebastian is not a rumor. He's not a theory. Listen, he's not internet drama. I'm so sick of that. He's not internet drama. And yes, that sometimes falls on deaf ears. I know. He's a missing child. Somewhere out there, somebody knows something. Somebody carries a piece of this story, a piece of this puzzle that the rest of the world still desperately is searching for. I say his name again, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. I hope you say it too. You know, I hope you keep saying it. I hope you say the truth. Because he's not forgotten. Not by me. Not by the people. Not by the ones who care. But I do want to say, also that the truth is, I don't know, like, outside the people who may hold the answers, but over these 2 years, I think it's fair to ask these questions. I know they're hard. I know they're painful, but just remember again that we're talking about a 15-year-old boy. Okay. No money, no shoes, no phone, no nothing, no snacks, no nothing. For God's sakes, he loved snacks at home that he wasn't able to get. He didn't even throw a few snacks in a bag or in his pockets. Nothing. Nothing makes sense. Some people say, did he plan to disappear a week or two? How? With what? And how come nobody saw him? And on top of that, Sebastian, again, he had autism and some medical conditions. It would not be easy for him to not be spotted, in my opinion. Could it happen? Of course it could happen. Of course. Yes. Of course. Listen, this is another one. I get asked, just got asked this one recently. Could he be up in a hospital somewhere? Could that happen? Sure. That's the least one I believe of all. I'm just going to tell you, that's the least one I believe of all. That one, and does somebody have him? Because like I said, somebody would know. They just would. Here's the one about the hospital, and this is food for thought. I want you to think about something. I really want everybody that said he could possibly be in a hospital, and he could. We could find out that he was, and he could be stored away, not my words, but stored away until, or not my choice of words. Well, I guess it is. Okay, anyway, let's get back to it. Until he's 18, right? because I know a lot of people have come up with that theory. Okay? Let's just hold on and give hope for one more year, or a little bit less than 1 year, okay? Just a few more months, it's okay. He'll come walking back through that door. I mean, does that make sense to y'all? Now, I could be totally wrong. Don't take my word for anything. I'm just giving you a little food for thought. But this is something I really want y'all to chew on tonight. If he was in a hospital or a place for autism, yes, it can happen. But what are the chances? Because, I mean, one, I want you to think about this. And again, I could be wrong, but I want to give you something to chew on. Seth, Chris, and I may not have this verbatim, Seth, Chris, and Katie, they have all said, every one of them, and I know Seth is in here or he's listening, they have all said, right, back at the beginning and here, there, or the other, that they, and this is not to blame anybody for nothing. This is just a little food for thought, okay? This is not getting on the why, who, how, what reason, okay? That's, frankly, it's really nobody's business, okay, but the parents, okay? But they talked about putting Sebastian somewhere, okay? I'm trying to get to a point here. They talked about putting Sebastian somewhere, right? Okay, and then remember, for whatever reason, one of them was a damn good reason at one place, as I remember. But anyway, for whatever reason, Seth didn't agree and didn't want some of the places and all that, right? Okay, now I'm fixing to get to a point. So listen up, because I want y'all to chew on this tonight. Because I really want this to stop, but you know, it's y'all do you, boos. So at that point, whether Seth was going to take in the school year, whatever was said, right? Something to that effect. Chris, as I remember, later on, said something to the effect that other places that they talked about or agreed upon, again, it may not be verbatim, but these are the words, when they talked from the three of them, that other places were not affordable, right? So they were going to just wait a little bit longer until Seth could get him in one of those places and take him with him. Thank you, Bo. Right. Okay. Now, so let me ask y'all a question. And again, this is not blaming anybody, and this is not taking up for anybody. But again, it's something to think about when everybody is putting out stuff. So now we got Seth over here out of the equation or whatever, or put him in the equation. Who cares? Whatever. Well, whatever. Don't matter to me. Put him in, put him out. It don't matter. This whole damn thing's blew up. But what I want to know is if he is in an institution somewhere or a hospital or a camp or whatever, who the hell's paying for it. Y'all think Kathy's just pulling it out of her ass, selling houses? Well, I'm sorry. I also have family members that sell, and I have 2 good friends here that sell real estate. I have a family member in Tennessee that sells real estate. They're pretty well off, as well as their family's well off. It just don't work like that. Sorry. But even so, who do you think's paying for that? Because let's just say, now let's take Sebastian out of the equation. Okay? Let's just take Sebastian out of the equation. And let's pretend we're not even talking about Sebastian, because I evidently have to break this down. Well, if you noticed at Texas Roadhouse, CP wanted to see through a photo if Sebastian was eating enough, if CP was going to take Sebastian to a far destination. Well, maybe he just didn't want his dollars wasted at the restaurant. I'm not taking up for him, Samantha. I'm just saying, I don't know why. Hell, I've been gone and FaceTime my husband and asked to see the other dogs and what in the hell they were eating. I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know. I just want to know. And he could be. Okay. But I want to know who's funding this. If they couldn't fund him somewhere for a couple of months until Seth could take him, then where would they be getting the money for over 2 years and going on 3 until he turns 18? Because let's take Sebastian out of the picture now. This is the only way I know how to break it down. And let's say we're not talking about Sebastian. Let's say we're talking about you, somebody in your household. Look at whoever you love and say, and let's hope nothing happens, but let's just say, oh my God, they just had a stroke tonight, or they went in a coma or something. And they was in the hospital a good 30 days. Okay? Even if you have insurance. Well, first of all, if you pay cash, most doctors' offices, much less ERs or hospitals, sometimes they can write them off. Sometimes they can help you. They can do the majority. But they don't even take cash. I know a lot of them don't even take cash. But facilities, you're talking for 1 month is probably going to be at least close to $80,000 or $90,000, if not $100,000. We're talking over 2 years. And I would think if he was on insurance, in my opinion, that somebody would know or track it, right? And even those hit a bottom at some point, or run out, or co-pays. That's why people always need help or have write-offs or something. So would I say, again, don't make it right, but it is food for thought. The problem is, we don't know, and there could be a number of things where Sebastian is or what happened, but you don't have to add to it, you don't have to take away, and you don't have to make up shit. Let's watch these 2 little small clips here.
Marks 2 years since Sebastian Rogers was reported missing in Sumner County. Despite no new leads in a long time, the sheriff's office still says they are committed to finding him. This case has gotten national attention and false narratives have continued to be thrown around. Investigators say they do want to focus on what we do know. Sebastian's mom last saw him before he went to bed at his Hendersonville home. That very next morning, he was gone. Sebastian was 15 years old when he went missing. He would have just turned 17 years old this week. Our Holly Thompson sat down with Sebastian's mother one-on-one.
Do you think enough is being done to find Sebastian?
I don't think it'll ever be enough until we bring him home. I don't think that there are enough people that know about him.
Okay, in my opinion, enough people don't know about him because, oh, Lord have mercy. Because enough people don't know about him, Katie, because in the beginning, you left food out on the porch like he was a freaking rabbit. And why would you do that when he had allegedly had the combination to the house anyway? I've been places, my son knows my combination to the house. I wouldn't be worried he could not get in. Just saying. And signs were being took down. Some people think he's still found. I don't get it.
And my goal is to increase that awareness as much as possible.
And you can watch that entire interview right now inside of our free WSMV4 News app and on our website. The FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for any information that could help find Sebastian.
I just want to know, respectfully, what have they done to increase awareness? And that's just respectfully. Because we all need to be doing something to increase awareness. But we're not all the parents, right? Just saying.
Tonight, Sumner County teenager Sebastian Rogers disappeared from his Hendersonville home. He hasn't been seen since. Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 6. I'm Bob Mueller. Sebastian was only 15 years old at the time. Search efforts began the next morning when he was reported missing. Multiple agencies searched from the ground, water, and sky, but no sign of Sebastian. After 8 days, search efforts were suspended. In April 2024, the Sumner County Sheriff's Office held its last news conference on the investigation. News 2's Caitlin Quisenberry has been covering the case since the beginning.
April 2024. They've had nothing to say. They can walk out and shoot birds. We know their fingers work. They don't have a problem with their fingers. In my opinion. Not even 5 fingers. The other 4 must be broke. But we know one of their fingers work. No words coming out of their mouth. No updates. It's crazy. They can get on their Facebook page, though, and they can brag about recent cases that they've done and, teachers that they go arrest and, things like that. Things that's not too big for them to handle. Just saying.
She spoke with Sebastian's father today.
It takes a community to raise a child. Well, I'm asking for the nation to help me find my missing son. He's been gone for 2 years today.
15-year-old Sebastian Rogers has been missing in Sumner County for 3 days.
11 days.
6 months, 10 months.
1 year.
Fast forward to today with now 2 years of no answers. 2 years without Sebastian Rogers.
When I close my eyes, most of the time I'm waking up saying his name because he's there. He's there. I close my eyes and he's there.
Sebastian turned 17 years old in December. Holidays and special moments he should have spent with his family have come and gone.
Sebastian is a bright light, fun, energetic, mischievous at times, but what kid isn't?
For Sebastian's father, Seth Rogers, he says his days look much the same.
You know, asking people to hand out flyers, talk about Sebastian. If you have anything to send the tips in. The days are long, the years are quick.
Today, community members are holding up signs and demanding answers outside the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. His father asking that the Sheriff's Office step aside so the FBI can take over the case after he says the family has had no answers after 2 years.
There's other agencies that could help, but they have to be willing. They have to be willing to put their ego aside for Sebastian's sake.
We feel that there should be a lot more going on with him, a lot more searches, isolated searches based upon reports that were garnered during this time. And we really think time for a press conference.
Seth tells me he will not stop fighting to bring Sebastian home.
I love you, son. I need you to call me. My phone number is still the same. I will not change my phone number so that you can get a hold of me so I can come get you.
We have reached out to the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. They declined an interview, but say a statement will be released tomorrow. Anyone with information on Sebastian's whereabouts can call the Sumner County Sheriff's Office or the TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND. Bob.
You know, hey, little red, hello. Yeah, you might have to rewind, honey. But yeah, and you can tell the difference in all the interviews too, in my opinion. And, you know, again, I don't want to say what pain looks like, but boy, I can sure see pain in Seth's eyes. Hey, Wildfire. Hello, hello. She ran calling wildfire. Y'all might have to rewind, honey bunches. Honey bunches of oats. Y'all done missed a whole live, honey. Yeah, I mean, it's sad. Again, I don't want to sit there and say how, you know, you're supposed to grieve or anything like that. Grief is different. I will give anybody that, but, you know, but we all know, you know, we all know what's happened. It's not like you just see somebody on the street and go, oh, well, you know, you can't say that because, you know, whatever. And this has been going on for 2 years, and we've seen and we've heard and, you know, all those kind of things. You just got home. Oh, I know I got to start doing better coming on here. I'm going to start doing better. But, you know, that's just the truth of the matter. And the truth of the matter is I just really been thinking a lot about it. And, you know, I just really wish nothing would make me more thrilled than if somebody would just start blowing my phone up and say they have found Sebastian and he is safe. All these other children, and they deserve it. You know, they do deserve it. But everybody gets found so quickly, or, you know, within a couple of months, or even if it's bad news, you know, unfortunate news, everybody, you know, gets found. And when I see this case or see this, I get so upset. It just hurts my heart because where did he vanish to? I mean, Katie herself said he made it home. Chris himself in that interview said he didn't go out the door. The door didn't open. We would have saw it. You know, even if he just used we and he wasn't there. So, you know, even if I didn't point that out, I am telling you, I don't feel well, I mean, why would they back themselves into that corner? You know, no shoes, no phone. It just makes no sense. And it needs to come out. The truth needs to come out. I mean, if there's something that was left out, spit it out. If you're fear of withholding something that you didn't say it. Now is the time. It could help solve this whole case. You know, it could help solve everything. It's important, no matter where it comes from or who it comes from. So anyway, you hold the key. You know, Garrett, a lot of people say they think that they moved. That's what a lot of people saying. I don't know. You know, none of the neighbors don't come forward. Nobody says anything anymore. I'm sure the police know where they're at. I know last time when I talked to Chris a few months back, he said, no, they didn't move. He told me that. Does that mean he's telling me the truth? No, absolutely not. But he said they did not move. And him and Katie both said, that rumor got started when I guess Crabtree moved and, or they were helping Crabtree move and something like that. But anyway, I don't know. I know when Lady Freedom went by there, I guess when the vigil, I don't know, I didn't go, I wasn't in that area, but when she filmed something, something about the green lights, they had green lights up, because I had made the remark to Seth, and I don't mind saying it out here that, you know, I'm a smart ass, that I just find it funny now that the green lights was up. I know she didn't do it because of me. I'm just saying, though, I did bring a lot of attention to that. I'm like, man, why wouldn't she even put green lights up, you know? Why not? I'm all the way down here in Florida, and I got green lights on my front and my back. And I know he's not going to just walk up here. I mean, I wish he would, but, you know, still to this day, I got green lights out. And I've said it many times on my live. So I don't know. I know they watch everything. But I know when Lady Freedom went by there, I think they had the green lights. I think it was Lady Freedom. So I just kind of I thought that was odd, but maybe somebody just moved in that house and put in the green lights. Who knows? Who knows? So I don't know. To be honest with you, I've never lied to Chris, just like I've never lied to Seth, just like I don't lie. Okay. So I don't expect them to lie to me. Could they? Sure, they could. Sure. But I believed it when they said they didn't. So I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say they did or didn't. I have no clue. I do find what's out there now about saying that they possibly could have moved out of state. I find some things interesting about that. Is it true? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to go as far as to say it is. I don't know. But I did find some things interesting about that. For example, I found out during my research, and I even mailed a flyer. I found out that the Brinks corporate company was, and I don't know if y'all heard me the other day say this or not, I found out that Brinks corporate company was up there in Virginia, not far from there. So I don't know. Yeah, I think they do too, Bo, in my opinion. I don't think they've moved anywhere, but that's just my opinion. I just think a lot of this stuff going around, and I'm not saying anybody, I think a lot of stuff is bad resources or bad sources. I think a lot of stuff is being put out to confuse, and that's another reason, in my opinion. I think that's what I said, Liberty. When I talked to Chris, he told me they have not moved, and I don't think they have, but again, that's just me. 2 nights ago on her live that they confirmed they have not moved. Yeah, that's what he told me. They have not. So from my understanding, they got the moving thing from something about when they helped Crabtree, but I don't think they have either, in my opinion. But I think it's just confusion. I think it's to get people. But that's why I think also too, the rumors need to get squashed. The people need to stop running with stuff. And I think, Seth's been in chat several times tonight, y'all. So yeah, I think, again, they need to sit down and have a conversation, a public conversation. And I do think that, that needs to happen. Is this the time? I don't know. I just don't know. But it does need to happen, So that's just my thoughts on it. But just thoughts. So for everybody coming in, I'm going to say this again. If you have any information, he deserves to come home. Y'all know all the numbers, but you can call TBI, 1-800-TBI-FIND. You can call FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI. You can also do the tips at tips.fbi.gov. And of course, Sumner County and, all those things. But just, if you think you see him, call. Hey, call Daily. I hope you're doing good, honey. Call 911. It's simple as that. You don't have to bring it online. You don't have to bring it to us. We're not the police. He could be in more danger if you do that. Call 911. If you think you see him, and then snap a picture. Try to make sure he don't get out of your sight. You don't have to let him know, because it may not even be him, honey. Good. I'm glad to see that. Glad to see you're doing good, honey. But yeah, so right now I'm going to play us out. I have a new song for those that didn't hear. All right, let's play it. And then I'll play 2 songs on the way out, okay? I'll play this one, and then I'll play my regular one. I love y'all. I thank you for being here. Out. Let's see.
She's from Nashville, Tennessee, nearly 59 and wild and free. Send the gifts to Cash App, honey. Birthdays don't come free. She showed up to Disney World and the whole dang place was closed. Just smiled and said that track's for me and struck a fabulous pose. Her job to do better than yesterday. Now that's a flex. She's got too many confess. Loyal until you're not worth it. That's the Smiley guarantee. She'll ride for you through fire, girl, but don't you test her loyalty. Best friends for 40 years. She won't tell you who they are. Smile around and find out, baby, 'cause she's the main character, the star. Loyal until you're not worth it. Read the fine print, it's right there. Love her right and she's forever. Love her wrong and she don't care. She's got a dream to rock a porch chair on a farm till she's 100 years old. Coffee in hand, crows in the sky like Stephen King, but less cold. She listens to everyone she meets, loves them all from the start. But honey, give her one good reason and she'll professionally depart. Traveling the world, making memories, quiet country air. She don't sell her soul for nobody, that ain't ever gonna be up for sale, I swear. She's the manual and the escape clause. She'll clap for you, but she'll also pause if the shoe fits. Wear it blue, the truth is the truth. Smiley told you.
She was born and bred in Nashville, but she walks the beaches down in Florida sand. A mother and wife, a daughter, a sister, trying hard to do the best she can. She found her voice with a heavy heart, looking for purpose with trembling hands. And giving this all a new start, moving ahead, speaking for ones who came. And she says, I am who I am, I'll stand my ground. Even when the nights get long and rough, you'll hear my sound. She'll be speaking for the ones unheard, 'cause she's got a caring heart that won't be turned. Her mama fought cancer while she was searching, stories that needed a gentle voice. We saw summer's name and felt the heart ache and tried to bring light where there was no choice. And when she heard of Sebastian, her sadness rose. She prays for truth through the noise. She'll follow wherever the story goes, seeking their dignity, a child's joy.